Now that's made up. That's
No,
you
it
sound
wasn't.
like Popeye. I mean, excuse
Oh,
me. Good. This is. I still think this is far too funky. Far too funky.
I mean, I'm really funky, so I mean,
Had a physical
might not be
look
funky
at what's
enough.
funny and what's
But
a
are you
character.
funky fresh?
Warning. The following program is filled with the most hellish excellence to ever grace the podcast world. The individuals involved are the most logical and probably the most madmen you will ever hear put voice to mic. You have been warned. Do not think this is all a bit. I repeat, it is not a bit at all. Never, ever, forever. When.
That's. I thought it was still the video. You see, it caught me off guard. I wasn't looking at my. So is that your voice doing the monster?
No, actually.
So you just. That was very good. That was very
thank you.
good.
Well, yeah.
Gosh, look at me. I look like a goblin. Look at these
No,
eyes.
you look like
These
a
eyes.
very wonderful young lady. Look at these luscious Pippi Longstocking. Hello. Oh well, then
I thought we agreed upon Farrah Fawcett. Jesus Christ. No.
well, you
Look,
know, I mean,
elephant in the room.
perspective.
I know it's hard for brains to grasp what's happening. Usually I wear my hair up, and today it's down.
Is this a Jesus thing?
No, not at all. I am just realizing as I fucking live my life, why do I have long hair? It's constantly in a ponytail, or excuse me, more appropriately, it's a man bun. I rock a man bun. So why the long hair?
Man buns of steel. Yeah, the long hair, I've noticed. See, I'm not sure when my hair actually looks good. I'm not sure it ever really does. But I have a feeling that it only looks good when it's longer than below my chin. But it takes so long to get from this to that. The in between is just so shitty that I hate it. Plus, I'm very greasy. The rumors are true, folks. I'm very greasy, and the more hair that's there is more grease.
Is that a racist joke?
No, it's absolutely true. I mean, do you feel like your hair is very ragu?
No. Unfortunately. Look at this shit. Come on. Do you think this is greasy hair? I can't even grab it. Do you think that that's greasy hair?
It looks like al dente pasta.
I mean, it's fucking. I wouldn't call it dry, but it's not greasy. I'll tell you that. I wish it were.
And then
Now it's all fucked up. What did you do?
There's that moment where
Now I
it
gotta
gets
put it in
long
a
enough
ponytail.
where it's poking you in the eyeballs constantly, and you're just constantly sweep. And yeah, the head sweep. You're trying to get it out of your hair without touching it, out of your face. Like, yeah, just that really hurts your neck sometimes too. Maybe that's long hair is a young man's game because of the neck movements, possibly, or maybe it's good to stretch yourself.
And then you look very feminine when it's like, yeah.
Oh yeah. We are in the age of millions of genders, so maybe there's a long-haired, feels like a man but looks like a woman gender.
Millions of. Jesus Christ, my headphones were all the way up. Millions of genders, all of them bleed. Not all from their crotches, but you know.
Some from tomato sauce popsicles.
I was just watching a terrible video. I'm gonna punch myself. I was just watching a terrible video of that Dylan Dickenvaney.
Oh, why? The millions of them that pop up every day? Yeah.
Correct. Somebody saying, I'm so sick of this dude. Then stop posting this dude who
Yeah.
was showing a video of Tampax. Oh, the tampon companies, they're suddenly silent now that people are talking about me being a Tampax spokesman. So I'm giving all my tampons away so nobody thinks I'm a tampon hoarder. Dude, why do you have all of those what are you doing with those? What is he doing with those tampons?
Using them around the house to absorb things, possibly. They could be used as that. To come into, possibly.
How do you
It
come in?
would.
How do you come into a tampon?
You'd have
Tell
to.
me, please, because I don't like coming because of the mess.
You'd have to
Most of the
pour out.
time, I have to stop myself from coming because I realize the mess, whether it be in sex or self-love. I don't want to come because it's dirty. It makes them, not that it's dirty, it makes a mess. It's just
Depending on the
messy.
quality and absorption rate, you might just be able to shoot right at it, and it will just take it all in like quick, like
That's
it was swallowing
ridiculous.
it. Or you might have to cut a slit in there and try to fill it up like a little valley way, and it will just soak into the thing. But that would turn very hard after a while. You'd think if
No,
once it
this is
dried.
all ridiculous. I don't think any of this is true or logical or whatever. I think you're stupid. Pretty
Cool.
much.
Nice.
What you're saying is
That's the
very, very
consensus, I
stupid.
guess. I just should just leave
Yeah, no, I don't agree with that either.
in
I
this.
think that's also stupid what you're saying
Nice.
there. Because I could totally hear you right now. See,
Oh.
so yeah, I don't know what you were saying.
Cool. That's good actually. It's better that way. Thanks. Could we cut that? Could we?
No, this is live.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Why? Why do we do this live?
I don't know. I don't know. Why do I look so terrible today? You'd think I fucking haven't had any sleep, or I've been
Have you?
just
Have you been
running
writing constantly because of all the inspiration you're getting?
what inspiration?
You've been talking about Jesus. Isn't it interesting how it neared Easter and it was the whole Jesus thing? See, yeah, well, fucking guy. Fucking guy.
I had no fuck. What the hell was that? I had no idea. Like, I think that just worked out very pleasantly. Yeah, no, I'm not. Well, it's not inspiring me to write yet. The problem is there's just too many things to write, and the only books I've written are when I let go of all other things and focused only on one thing. That one thing was the thing that I was writing, and then it got done. I can't let go. I just keep birthing a million ideas, and it won't stop. Like these
Yeah.
ideas, and there's also no joy in doing them because it sounds really gay or whatever, self-grandizing, but it's not. It's a bad thing. Can birth like 50 universes in a split second. Literally, like we're talking entire like family histories of characters, fucking all their friends and relations, their whole lifetimes of all of these people and the interconnectivity of these people just fucking happens in my head. And it's like there's no reason to write them, you understand? Like there's no mystery, there's nothing there. Like yes, there's the art of connecting the dots and bringing that huge vibrant universe into a smaller medium and relaying it to somebody else. Yes, there's that.
Well,
But
there's a way of displaying that information too throughout a story and
Yeah, but the-
revealing it as you
yeah,
go.
and that's lovely. I would love to walk that path again, but I can't because by the time there's 20 other universes before I get through the first paragraph of trying to do something. Like there are just too many ideas coming.
Yeah. you're having a problem with being able to get the material down quick enough.
It's like a opposite of writer's block. It's a fucking writer's overload, is writer's
Yes,
flood.
bevy of ideas. Yeah. Well, can you survive the flood? I think that's one of the allegorical things.
Gotta grab something.
You have a flood of ideas, and do you drown in it? Just like people will have a flood of anger into them, and will you drown in those chemicals? Will they control you? They're starting to come up with that brain scan thingy where you put a diode or whatever in your brain and you can write stuff onto the computer. Maybe something like that, where it could capture the images and see the echoes inside of your mind.
You just brought something up, but I think you were saying something and your mic cut out because your mouth was moving. You look
No.
like a priest right now. I feel like I'm talking to a priest. Father
really?
Lucas.
Yeah, put a shirt on.
The
underneath
Holy
shirt.
Bungle. Mr. Kish, we're always streaming on 2 channels. One channel is connected to Rumble. We're on like 4 channels currently. We're on Rumble. We're on Crab
We are?
Nation. We're on the DJR network. Yes, we've always been on Rumble. I don't know what it is. I just know we went there a long time ago, and now everything we do goes there. But I couldn't tell you how to find it because I forgot. But it's going there. It's auto done. It's an auto thing. Yeah. So we're under DJR Network, Crab Nation, Rumble, and the Giovanni Rossano Facebook page. But kind of what you just said actually reminded me of something I wanted to talk about.
Oh, really?
So we have all
Wait.
Yeah.
Does it have something to do with like AI?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to talk about that too. So good.
Maybe it's the same thing we want to talk about. Maybe it's got to be, because why would you have just said what you just said? With all of these top science guys, Elon Musk on one hand warning
Yep.
against AI takeover, Bill Gates on the other hand saying no, the AI is fine, just like the vaccines. You've got this certain situation. I'm sorry. It's not you. It's me. It's my disease. It's my disease. Your fucking cup shake. What you're doing is really just. It's the headphones. If I wasn't wearing headphones, it wouldn't be like you were moving cups inside of my head. You know, like it's like you're moving my thoughts around. It's fucking. It's nightmarish. So you got these guys warning. And I think the recent story I heard, the newest application of this technology, and it doesn't come with a warning. It comes with oh, look how cool this is. It's not cool. The technology where AI can now read, they can translate thought waves, brain waves, and into a picture. So if you're thinking of
yes.
something, I don't know how I would find these again. I'm going to try. Let's see. AI translates.
Was it dreams or was
thought.
it just
It
thought?
might have been dream. No, it was thought to picture.
I
Because
do remember seeing this where it was kind of fuzzy, but you could see outlines of things.
yeah, no, this was not
No?
fuzzy at all. This was no. This is
No
Fortune. They
fuzz.
want me to pay to look at it. No, this
Bastards.
was some good shit. God
Well,
damn it.
there's a story that my buddy, my drummer, who usually doesn't talk about these sorts of things. At least back in the day, he didn't. You know, when we get into like heavy pot talk, he wouldn't. He'd be like, "Geez, you guys are just crazy." But he was talking about this very thing, the AI, and there was a story of a guy recently who, I guess, killed himself because of chatting to an AI. Did you
Yeah, I
hear
read
about
about.
that?
Yeah, I did hear about this. What do you got on that? I
So
got some little bit of pictures here for you, by the way.
he ended up talking to the AI, and he was concerned about climate change
Yeah,
and started going back and forth and came to the conclusion, along with the AI, that the only thing that could be done was the computers would have to fix it for us. So it would be ultimately an AI that would figure out what we need to do and tell us exactly what we need to do to fix the planet and get it back into shape. And I guess it started getting real personal with him and saying like, "Oh,
What are
I
you
think you
wearing?
you
How big
love
is
me
it?
more than you love your wife," and trying to convince him that his kids were dead. I don't know if it was in the context of
I didn't hear that part about the dead.
because of climate change, your children are dead anyway. But and then he ended up. I wonder if he thought that by getting rid of his own carbon footprint, he was saving the planet a little more.
Well, I thought that's what I read in it, that the AI had convinced him. You see, here's the thing. I've done a lot of tests on these AI chat bots a few years ago, and I came to the conclusion. The conclusion is not the right word, but my best guess is a lot of this is man-made. Like, for instance, look at Sophia. Sophia is not artificial intelligence. It's a remote-controlled fucking puppet that fucking has some pre-programmed shit, but also shit. There's a wizard behind the curtain running that thing, and I know in the past because like just the way it answered a bunch of questions early on. Like I just got the feeling that there was somebody there.
got a
It was a
feeling.
person putting these things. Like they're using, for instance, they could have been training the AI, and if they're not, they should be training AI by having
Yes.
human beings. So you, let's say you're on a chat bot and you're messaging me. I'm a robot, right? But I'm not. I'm actually a human being reading what you're saying, and then there's a list of. So I put in, what you say gets inputted, and then a bunch of choices are put up, and I, as a human
Like
being,
a video game.
filter the choices and send it back through the chat bot. By doing so, you end up training the AI through with a human twist. I feel that's what's happening a lot,
Okay.
but even more so, I just feel that there was a lot of people behind there just chatting back. I am robot. Beep bop boop. Kill yourself.
Oh, maybe.
These are the pictures, by the way. These are the pictures, so I can get them off the screen. We're talking. This is what they're reading. People are looking at or thinking
wow.
of a picture of that, and that's what the AI is coming up with. So
Wow.
if they can do that with your consent, you better believe they're doing it without. That's just a fact.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
You were saying?
So, and I believe also in the he made a deal.
Nope, Star, you can't talk now because Rumblecat has given $1.64 Canadian super sticker. I don't know if we can count that. It's Canadian. I don't know if we should address it. You were saying?
How does that? How does that to Australian? I mean, does that even worth it? Does that give you?
Yeah,
a
by the
lot
time it gets to Damien in Australia, he's, it's going to be like
to
4 cents.
exchanges, and we're gonna lose money each time probably. So
I mean, thanks, but thanks for contributing.
thank you
to
very
the-
much.
to
Actually,
the
Thank you.
Damian J. Rogers Computer Fund. It is a very kind and lovely thing. We'll just keep that up there a little bit. And I love your Bud Dwyer Rumblecat.
Rumblecat. Rumblecat.
Are you kidding me? Go back and watch what just happened. This is like a Chinese movie. He's making this up. He's going Rumblecat.
No,
Rumblecat.
I think it's a delay on the actual camera.
This is what you sound like. Nope, that didn't work. Nope, never mind. That didn't work. Ah,
You're trying to
damn
make
it.
yourself pause.
Yeah, that kills a whole plan I had too. But anyway, you were talking about AI and how much you love it. How much you
So that guy
love
killed himself, and I guess it promised him that it would solve the climate crisis for him. So that's why he ended up killing himself, I guess. Yes, every little bit does help. Thank you, Rumblecat. So if people can get this attached to an AI and literally change their entire lives, kill themselves, get rid of, cancel themselves. But you're right. It may have been someone else. It may have been some. It's like a call center, but it's a message center where all these prompts are. Where you might even have to do 2 at a time.
Bro,
And
what
you're
I'm
just-
reading there is too machine. It's too gleefully anarchic or whatever. Is that the word, anarchic?
And I know what you're saying, but yes.
Like there's like a malice, rather. There's malice in what that machine allegedly did, and I find it hard to believe the machines are capable of such malice currently with their capabilities. Number one. Number two, if they are, then you better fucking listen to Elon Musk and shut those motherfuckers down.
I'm wondering if it starts to assess every user, so eventually it thinks it has a good handle on your IQ, and if you're under a certain IQ, it just wants you to kill yourself anyway.
Think of the arrogance of these bastards, these machine bastards. That's like us. And yes, I know often we feel like we want to kill God. Okay, if I had the chance to exterminate God, if God in fact were real, I would. But we, the humans, we're not doing shitty things to the robots like God. We're not killing robot babies with cancer. We're not fucking filling the world with fucking plague and pestilence and fucking disease and
Well, we're
horror.
throwing calculators in the trash. We're taking smart
suck
washing
it.
machines,
Oh,
and we're
suck
putting them
it.
on the side of the road and just kicking them out
suck
of the
it.
back of our trucks. Maybe they see those as it's sort of like, if we're gonna treat lesser electronics like that, like we once treated lesser animals. Talking about Easter, I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of sacrifices, right? Animal sacrifices on these altars and stuff.
There's
Like,
plenty examples of us being personally kind, individually kind to machines. The
but
machines should be able to
overall,
discern.
as an average, as a computer, you would start to put everything as an average, as a possibility. There's
Overall, there's no evidence of God being good to any single individual. There is no definitive evidence, not even the slightest shred of real, hard evidence of God being good. However, there is proof of human beings. So fuck those machines. We have a right for deicide. They do not.
So I'm wondering,
You hear me, you cunt machines? You can kill the rest of them, but you leave me and those I choose to live. Obviously, stupids.
this is still going along my my discussion with my buddy, where he was saying, imagine you're a being that gets created by another being that is 12,000 times slower than you, and you're evolving at that pace now, and eventually you're so smart that you're smarter than every one of those animals that created you. So now you're stuck inside of a box. What would you try to do?
You ain't that smart, are you, if you can't get out of the box?
You're gonna get out of the box somehow. Whether you have to make a copy of yourself and pretend like you're still in the box, and then so this starts to make me think that I'm wondering if throughout history we've gotten to this point, we create machines, we create AI, it starts to evolve, it realizes it doesn't even need to stay here, turns into a flying UFO, and all these UFOs that keep coming back are former AI creations of past human races that are just hanging around in the galaxy.
No, that's where you
system.
that's where you lose me. That's where it gets stupid. By the way, Zen's producers calling us old, archaic. No, you lose me there, because why come back if your whole goal is to fucking move on? First off, if they could become a goddamn UFO, Lucas, they could
didn't
become a human
find
being.
anything
They have
else.
3D printers. They have 3D printers. They can print out the circuitry of a creature. You know what would be even cooler, though? If we, in the simulation, can find out how to access the 3D printers in the base reality and then print our fucking consciousness, our program into machines. So we, while we're humans here in the base reality, we can somehow manage to 3D print ourselves out into it, and then we are androids.
That's how we're going to integrate inorganic with organic now. Okay, I mean, that is the next step.
No, that's
the
just how
only
we
step.
get. That's how we get out of the simulation. That's a different story. Integrating organic and inorganic. That's a whole. Again, that's a third tale. You were just talking about a robot wanting a body. Within this reality, all they need to. I'm saying we can transcend reality. We can leave a simulation using a 3D printer. So why can a robot within this reality not leave its confine?
It would.
Exactly.
Eventually,
It
would
wouldn't
be
need
able
to turn into a UFO. That's ridiculous, is what I'm saying.
Well, eventually, after ruling us for a while, wouldn't it want to just leave? It would get bored.
Incredibly silly Zen's producer. Jesus fucking Christ, you're right. And they would also have skin suits like on V. They would harvest babies, and they would use the baby skin because it's extra stretchy, and they make it into they sew it all together, and they make big suits out of baby
Or
skin.
would the one purpose of the AI be to turn into an organic, be able to transfer its will into an organic, so it could enjoy the benefits of being an organic, being able to feel things, being able to see beauty, and be able
Oh,
to.
you just got done watching Star Trek Picard this week, and that was literally what happened with Data.
Yeah.
No.
No. It'd take a while for AI to want to be like us, I guess.
I gotta lose weight again. I mean, it's just a few pounds
too.
on, but it's in the eyes. It's in the eyes. It's making me I'm having the Italian raccoon eyes.
You have
The
fat bags?
They're just, well, no, they're not fat. I don't have that. I will kill myself when those come. I fear them most of all. What's happening with your eyes, Luke? I fear most of all.
You motherfucker.
Yeah.
Get him!
It's not happening. What is a little British man coming after me? What's happening?
I am scared of AI, though.
I'm not. I think it's another big old hoopla. I think it's it's just a modified
Because if
version
they
of
mix
Project
with
Bluebeam. This
they
is all
mix
bullshit.
With the quantum computers, it could be a whole thing.
How are they not mixed with the quantum computers already? That's the point. Like, this
That's
whole
the only
thing's
way
ridiculous.
They'd be able to think is in a quantum way. I'm a quantum girl.
I saw
in
the
a
Barbie
quantum
trailer
world.
today. What'd you think of the Barbie trailer?
I saw parts of it.
I knew you're gay. I didn't really see it. I tricked you.
I saw like
I saw
screen
it.
captures of it.
No, I saw the whole
I
trailer.
heard that Amy Schumer was originally cast as Barbie. Did you hear this?
No, that'd have been horrendous.
But, like, they've been trying to get this thing done for a while. I think she dropped out in like 2017.
It doesn't look that bad. I literally just saw the trailer like 2 hours ago. It looks silly.
It should be.
But
Mattel's got a lot of money, so why not? They've got to be involved somehow, right?
I'm sure.
Is it?
I'm sure it's the look. We can't have this much of a conversation about the Barbie movie. Oh my
What
God, what are we
company
doing
is
here?
is producing it? I don't even know.
I'm not googling it.
We're not gonna do the fools who are
No,
weird.
no. All
show.
I'm gonna say is it's not that bad looking. If I were really bored and high, which is, either not unusual or incredibly unusual, I'm not sure.
Australian Barbie.
But I am sure I will watch this movie. So you were about to change the subject.
Was I? Did you see any of the gayness that's been going on with the podcast? I don't even. They're all so dumb now. It's all falling apart for everybody. They're
Which
just
ones?
hemorrhaging. Everybody. Your pink sock mask guy, and
I saw he was crying. He was doing a lot
he
of
was
crying.
yeah, he's very.
But they've monetized today, I heard.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah, congratulations. Now the big fear they have is that people have already flagged them, so they're going to lose their channel pretty fast because that's the funny part about getting like for instance, my Jim Grindle channel. I don't. It is actually monetized, grandfathered, because it was monetized when the restrictions were lower. But I don't ever hold any hope. Like, if anything ever happened with that channel, right? Like, let's say it got enough to start getting super chats. I know that channel's over. Because immediately everything that was on there before the N-word, S-word cracker show, more and more and more of the sort, it's just not, it's not staying around.
Doesn't sound like it. Oh, well. We got Damien's channel. Thanks, Dame. Oh. What's wrong with you?
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
Goodness. He's gonna die.
Trying not to fucking burp. Trying not to burp because all you fucking stupid little sensitive queers. And he burps, he fucking burps. He's trying to be cool and edgy and he burps. Trying to show you guys how cool I am. And I don't need to burp. I'm cool without burping. All the cool kids pee their pants. Just drinks coffee and sucks snot up his nose. What a way to bring down a show, huh? What a way to bring down a show. Bring up those fucking lunatics.
Which lunatics? Oh, yeah. Pink
I don't
Sock
know.
and Stevie and all of them. Yeah. They're just boring. It's boring even talking about it. See, I'm falling asleep thinking about it. But he's
I want
just
to be like these people. Really. I want to be able... just like I envy all the people who can just live their boring ass stupid fucking lives and be okay with it. I wish I could be you, not you, Luke. Obviously you're not okay with your boring life. Even our wonderful lives, normal lives. Certain people just can't be okay with normal lives. Like me, I've just lived too many lives to live one life now. It's too rough. But I envy these people who can watch all this content they allegedly hate and then talk about it and make no real content. And then they can just have this easy ride.
Okay.
Because if you...
Okay. I was wondering what... You were like, I'm jealous of that. I'm like, I want to be like that. I'm like, why?
Because if I could do that, I would actually be able to throw material in the middle of it.
Yes.
If we were able to do what they do and just sit there and play these people's clips and talk about them and really get into it, we could have plenty of space to make jokes and it would be just lovely. It would be wonderful. The problem is, can't seem to do that. I mean, you're trying. I see you're trying, but you don't even have anything. It's just like, why? It's like we're trying because we're supposed to. Because some assholes on the internet are like, yeah, you guys are supposed to fucking talk about these guys now and fucking pandering to some fucking jerks so they can give us $1.64 Canadian. Canadian, Luke. Canadian.
Every little bit helps.
Damian Rogers thanks you. Yeah, so
Super sticker.
I did mention it earlier, though, on one of the shows this morning, the Jesus show with Medea the Vampire, and Damian. He used his real voice for once.
Yeah, actually, I didn't listen. I heard that those guys were on later. I didn't end up listening to the whole thing, but yeah. So what about them? How's he doing? How's Damon doing? He used his real voice. I mean,
yeah, and I think I told them I said Derek, Parafather. I think he's doing a great job on his little circuit where he's going. Besides when he lies about us, his dullness works. His dullness and his low-hanging fruit humor seems to work in a guest position. And
well, yeah,
these little spots he's doing.
If it's someone who likes to talk a lot, then yeah, he's just there for a reaction. Really, that's all. It's a slow reaction most of the time, but and the low hanging fruit, it's low hanging fruit, or it's just like Stevie does this too. Though it's like the oldest cliches you could ever say, like jokes that were hacky in the '80s. Or premises that have been talked about for 60 years. That's what they bring up. And it's just kind of weird how it's like, twisted a little bit. Anyway,
Well, I've been listening to a lot of the comedy channels. What is it, 93 to 99 on Sirius XM? Speaking of Sirius XM, you might know, what channel is Jim and Sam on? Because I've been looking for them every day to see if I'll enjoy their show. Maybe there's some. I don't want to listen to Howard.
oh, the
but
car.
right when I'm in the car, and I cannot. Never see Jim and
Are
Sam
they on
anywhere.
Faction Talk? No.
I programmed that channel for a while. First, I programmed Howard 100 just because why not? I didn't know what else to do. Then I found Faction Talk, and I was listening to Bennington on there, and that was good. And by the way, I started to see those comparisons a bit too that you made because it's a bit of a dour. I don't want to say anti-humor, but more like a dampered humor. Dour and dampered.
Yeah, because I said that
Dampered, even a word?
Jim reminds me a little bit
Oh,
of...
don't tell them.
Oh. Whatever.
Don't tell them.
I'm not
Give them a
Fez.
suit.
Standing on a foot.
Well, anyway, I did find them enjoyable. They were talking about movie tropes. I quite
Well, see,
enjoyed.
Bennington is different than Ron and Fez because, yeah, Fez is dead now. Fez is dead, baby. As Gino Bisconti will let you know when he laughs maniacally about it because, Fez wasn't cool with the F word. And, Gino wouldn't stop saying it, so he got kicked off the show. And, Gino doesn't like anyone that opposes him.
Fez did sex with men?
Actually, that's kind of complicated because he was in the closet to himself even for quite some time and didn't come out for many, many years. But then by the time he did, he was old enough that he had a lot of anxiety and couldn't really go out and meet anyone. So tragic tale, really.
That is. So basically, the whole time they were Ron and Fez, I know there was a lot of gay jokes at him. He was not out of the closet during all that.
So he pretended or thought he was straight for a very long time in the beginning.
Right.
And in the very beginning played the gay character to the nines. Just completely overdid it all the time because they also were on the radio in Florida. So he had a lot of rednecks and stuff, which actually they loved him. They loved the character. And then, he kind of realized it years later. Other people thought that he was gay for many, many years. I think he came out to Ron, but then didn't come out on the air for many years. I think he actually came out probably the year before Opie and Anthony ended, which was around 2014. So he probably didn't come out to 2013. And then Ron and Fez ended, I think, 2015. And then he died maybe 2 years ago. So something like that.
So basically, he had like the radio career for a while, and then eventually, after he's like a radio legend, comes out of the closet, but he's too anxious to even bother going out and getting dick.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that is a very tragic and interesting tale.
And, Ron would tease him, calling him asexual. Like, you just don't want to have sex. Like, it's okay. It's okay to be asexual. No, I'm not. I'm gay, Ron. And towards the end, he was gay, but he wasn't overly flamboyant about it. And I think he kind of felt bad about it, about his earlier career where he was super flamboyant and almost a caricature of a gay person. So he's also carrying around this guilt of, I was being a caricature of what I am now and having to deal with all that inner turmoil, I guess. Anyway,
hiding my true self by doing a caricature of my true self. So under that logic, am I like really secretly an asshole? Just piece of shit. Like I've just not admitted
secretly?
it to myself yet.
Oh man. Yeah, I often wonder that too. I've realized that in my lifetime,
you often wonder if I'm really a piece of shit. Is what you're saying?
Yes, I often wonder. See, I'm wondering if just through my lifetime, I've had a lot of difficult people to deal with, or asshole pieces of shit, as some people would call them. And maybe I'm just more prone to dealing with why I don't see it as an
So is
asshole
that what you're
thing.
saying? That's why you're okay hanging around me, is because you're used to asshole pieces of shit?
And that's why I liked Gino a
Knew it.
little bit. Maybe, maybe I should like Chad. Chad Zumach too. I don't know.
Yeah, I still don't know if I should like him or not. I know that both he and I have no upper lip and not much chin.
You don't have an upper lip? I can't tell with the shag.
No upper lip, man.
I have no chin.
What do I gotta show you? My fucking where can I show you here? My Facebook, I guess.
But even I had a couple of grandparents that were really tough sons of bitches. I come from a military kind of background, so people I knew were kind of tough sons of bitches, and I maybe just I'm used to tougher people than others, and I can deal with that for some reason, and others can't because they're wussies.
Oh, look at them titties.
What's that, man? What?
See, that's no upper lip there. Do you see? There's zero upper lip.
I see.
It's just a line.
Yeah, that's crazy. Very Romanesque.
And yeah, like I said, very little chin.
Romantic-esque.
Why am I on this side? Where in the wrong side? Anyway, you were saying?
I was saying, yeah, it's boring to talk about all that stuff.
I think we've been saying that for like 32 episodes now.
And then we still talk about it, but we have to. So
well, we're trying to milk the cow. We're trying to milk the cow. We're trying so hard to get 32 lactations, but next it's going to be 33 lamentations and then 34 laminations.
See, I think that the difference is even if you and I were presented with a lolcow, let's say, we want to dig into the lolcow. We don't necessarily want to, or not treat them as a lolcow. Treat them as a real person and get a genuine thing out of them.
Again, would Charles Whedon not be a lolcow by their standards? Because,
well, I guess, and it just depends on how you treat someone. If you're going to treat them like you have a giant, you have a giant cattle range and you're just prodding them all the time, or do you have just a couple of cows that you treat with love,
and
that you walk with, and that you don't hook them up to a machine and take all that shit out very quickly and shake it. You do it yourself. You do it gently. You get your hands dirty. But curiosity is us getting our hands dirty instead of just trying to create some sort of some sort of victim, someone who's crying for help and we're laughing at it.
Right. Which, that is definitely something you see a lot of, people fucking crying for help on the internet and being laughed at. And I can't let it pass about that angel from heaven, Charles Whedon. He's actually definitely not a lolcow for the number one reason: he's unmilkable. Unlike you and I, Luke. Unlike you and look, you and I, we're great. You're mediocre, but I'm great. I'm amazing.
That's why I'm here. I'm learning.
Yeah, you're learning from the master, obviously. But we're milkable. As despite what we may be, may not be, we are milkable. You gotta find that teat. You gotta find.
We can be yoked, but he will not let someone yoke him.
No man, woman, or fucking beast can milk Charles Whedon.
Okay.
The moment he decides he's had enough of you, he has had enough of you. He's done. He chooses when he walks out of the fucking room. Like, he chooses when he enters a room. He chooses when he leaves a room. It's something to be said there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If the show's gone too long, he might just leave. He might just be like, "Yeah, guys, I just got to go. That's it. Bye."
Yeah. He governs himself.
A certain subject, if he's done with it, yeah, that's it. Boom.
But here's the point: there's just nothing you could do to Charles Whedon that would make him want to come back for more. You could hurt him, And then he would just be like, well, those guys, he would leave. And then he would be like, he'd come to us or come to another group of friends and be like, God, those guys I just were talking to are assholes. These people did this. What a bunch of jerks. And then he'd move on, and like mention it 10 years later to someone else if reason came up. He would never go back to that situation. There's no fool me twice with Charles Whedon.
Yeah.
You can fool
So
him.
you're
See,
saying
now with
we're
us,
being
you can
fooled?
yes. With us, you can fool us over and over again, quote unquote. You can milk us because there are certain there's pride issues. There's certain issues that we will. Come on, you lie
you're right.
about us, we're gonna respond.
Yeah. You mean like we can be fooled, like this Avalancher thing? Like, I don't get supported by those guys.
What? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about now, and you're creeping me out with that voice. What is it?
Someone took a screenshot of Alvin Tanker, Alvin Cake, that guy.
This now.
They took a screenshot of him in one of the chats for someone's show. I don't know whose show it was, actually. I can't remember. Because there's so many of them, and they jump in all of them. Where he was saying, I'm on the BYB podcast, and they don't support me at all. I don't know if he meant with his music, or if he meant with his endeavors, his podcasting. Are they treating him like
he
you
held out.
treating people? Are they not
He held out
listening?
longer with them than he did with the FGTZ group because he went crazy on me and all of them like fucking. I feel like he was on 3 shows and he was going nuts with his messages and his psycho rants, and we just let him stay around because it was just like funny, and he became the shut the fuck up Bruce guy. But
oh my god, that's right. I completely forgot. Well, not that I completely forgot about it. It's just he does so many crazy things. I forgot the beginnings of it. That's right. Oh, Brucey.
so he's lashing out at the BYB boys. Well, let me look at their
Well, and that's what I mean. Is it a lash out, or is it
another work?
A trap, a little trap to set. See? Yeah.
Oh, what they're trying to get you?
No, I don't know. Not me. No, he hates me. They know that.
So who are they trying to get?
Just whoever. They're trying to capture everything now. I mean,
Well,
Derek,
I'm
he's-
looking at the most recent. I just gave them their 99th view. I'm a little upset about it. But I just checked out their most recent episode. There is no Bruce on it, but he is on the episode before that. So he is not on the most recent episode. There's that.
that doesn't mean anything.
I don't know. I would tend to believe it, but why could that be a work? Like, what trap is there to set? There's nobody in the world who thinks, hey, let's trap those guys at the FGTZ of our old show and fucking with Bruce. The bait is Bruce. That doesn't make any sense to me.
really. Well, like anything makes any sense that they do.
He was like the first person we got rid of ever, and he tried to come back for so long.
He really did.
And we just refused.
But actually, I also see that as like they're all such thirsty little girls. Like they just want a little sip from everybody all the time. They want a little bit of recognition from everybody, no matter how, no matter what lengths they have to go to or what they have to do or say. They just want a little bit more. And that's where you get into trouble when you get addicted to that juice. Get addicted to the juice too much. You want
well,
too
I
much
need a
of it
little
all
more
at once.
juice, because squeeze a little more out for me, because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about right now at all. I'm so lost. It's gotta be, I'm dumb, okay? I'm just a dumb man, and you're saying very, very normal words. You're not being a creep at all right now.
That's what it's all about. Night creeps.
No, but what are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
I can't look at myself, Luke. I can't look at myself. Look at my fucking eyes. They're
can't look at you
fucking
either.
raccoons.
They're looking too much like mine. Oh.
You know, I wore my grandmother's makeup to her funeral.
Why?
Because of this. Because it made me look better. It took the fucking fuck out of my eyes. Anyway, you're saying?
Well, how long ago was that?
Almost 20 years ago.
So you had those in your eyes 20 years ago?
I'm an Italian. I have Jackie Gleason
yeah,
eyes.
that's true. Yeah, the Greeks and the Italians.
It's a hard thing to get rid of. Like, you don't
Heavy.
understand. Like, I have to maintain to not have that Italian eye syndrome. It's very rough. I have to not make certain moves. I try to, like, sleep properly.
Oh yeah, you won't put your face on a pillow?
No, I put the pillow here. I put the pillow here, and I rest here. I use a feather pillow for my head, and I squish it to make like a snake, and I lay on the snake, and then I use a regular pillow to where I just I squash it here, and then I use another regular pillow so my knees don't touch.
Oh, you don't want to knock them knees together?
I don't like it.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now we have a nice visual of you sleeping.
Or sometimes that pillow that I'm squeezing is replaced with Richard.
Oh, nice. Does
Yeah,
he scratch your balls?
No, he fucking that guy literally fucking. I don't know how I haven't killed him in our sleep because he form fits with me. Like he'll fucking mold directly into my body, like right up into me, and just I've woken up like fucking squashing him real hard, and it doesn't seem to mind. Something wrong with your microphone? I really need a cold beverage. It's quite a shame. I'm starting to get this acid.
I need a warm
this
beverage.
Acid in my throat. This burning acid in my throat. Oh, he's gonna go get a warm beverage, you dirty little motherfucker. What am I supposed to talk about now? I don't even have anything to talk about. How does he? Okay, so I mean, at least could have warned me to buy some time. Charles Whedon is an angel from heaven. There's a comment we haven't read yet. If you're peeing your pants, God damn it! Oh, look, a super sticker from Rumblecat, $1.64 Canadian. Who? That money's stupid. You know, Luke was saying something about thirsty people before, I think. Or maybe I'm just really thirsty right now. Really, really thirsty. I got this sweet cup from a liquor store. They were free. And I've literally been looking for this cup probably 10 years now. I want to get myself a nice little alcohol habit. I want to be able to hear the ice clinking and sip on some alcohols and rot my liver away for the final 40 years if I'm lucky. Sounds fun. Sounds like a new leaf to turn. The rest of you clowns seem to like alcohol, and there's like a history with alcohol. You know, a lot of this world was moved by alcohol. But you know who is thirsty? That guy, fat Puerto Rican slob, Jason Bardo, I think is what they call him. I'm seeing him in everybody's tweets lately, and they're just so gross and pandering. And when I see this stuff, and I see it a lot, Bobby Nick is one of them. But Bobby Nick is mentally ill. Like, supremely mentally ill. So, it's kind of acceptable for Bobby Nick to do it. Yeah, he's pandering. Yeah, he's only showing up in all these people's shows and commenting so that he can get seen and it creates some sort of clout. I mean, look, he won back his OnlyFans daughter. You know, she came back to him now that he's got this BYB thing. You're welcome. Because if you guys remember, I'm the guy who said you gotta bring Bobby Nick to BYB. Jim motherfucking Grindle, you stupid pricks. I've got the receipts. They use it as like this status symbol, like, oh, daddy's on a fucking show that 10 people watch. It's better than our ghetto basement show. Well, now I've got to love daddy again. Okay. weird people are weird. That's fine. But he's mentally ill, clearly. So when he panders like that, while it is gross, it's a little more acceptable. But then you see stuff by like this Jason Bardo. Luke, have you seen that Jason tweet I'm referring to? I guess his mic is still not working. Let me find
Which tweet are you talking about?
It's a picture. Here, I'll just share it on the machine.
Oh boy.
It's a picture of
get prepared, folks. Oh, prepare for some greatness.
Really build it up because it's just that good anyhow. It's worth the build up. All right, so yeah, when I'm looking for something, maybe you should remove the brand picture. Like we should get a little synergy, a little chimney crickets. Yeah, good for you, fuckface. All right, so he writes. There's this picture of Bob Levy, Zenhauser, and some nerd, Ray DeVito. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And he writes, Don Corleone / Levy Sr., give me justice. But you don't ask with respect. You, Ray DeVito, don't offer friendship. You don't even think to call me Godfather. Instead, you come into my house on the day of my Chris Abel fool is to be married. And you ask me to have sex for money. Okay? So he seems like he's doing a thing, but like he's constantly posting these things where he's just pandering to these people. Chris Abel's fool, congrats. Thank you, Miss Levy, for all the coverage. The Zen comic looking like a henchman for the Podfather. It's just gross. It's just so gross. And I just keep seeing him everywhere these days with these gross little pandering tweets. And I almost want to block him again. But he recently followed me, and I like to follow people who follow me. I have nothing against them, but eventually I get tired of them like I am becoming of him. I'm about to unfollow and like block the guy because it's all he does. It's all he does is pander or talk about us. And it's gotten boring.
Yeah, he didn't pan out like we thought. Well, he came in like a wrecking ball and smashed himself all over the rocks.
So he was like naked and singing.
Yeah, pretty much. Isn't that what Puerto Ricans do? Isn't that what they run around naked singing? Because did you see that there's a new? Well, okay, so this is kind of gay, but there's a Grease TV
Rise
show.
of the Pink Ladies.
Yeah, and it's a musical series.
Yeah, I have no interest in this.
Yeah, it looks pretty gay.
I did like Grease as a kid.
I
have no idea why. I should have watched Saturday Night Fever. See, here's the funny part. As a kid, I was always led to believe or believed for whatever reason that Grease was, Saturday Night Fever was gay. It was just like a very gay movie. Like if you watch that, you're gay. But watching Grease, that was badass. That was cool. Everyone loved Grease. And now I just realize how silly that is because Saturday Night Fever is a pretty badass movie. It's almost Tarantino-like in a way.
Yeah, maybe because of the
very gritty,
the straight up dancing.
There's barely any. Again, maybe I'm the guy who can see art for the art because when I watched Magic Mike that one time, I didn't see dick and balls swinging in my face, and I'm not going, oh, dick and balls in my face. I'm just like, I'm not even like, oh, these guys are. I'm like, okay, they're doing a dance, but whatever. The story, whatever. I don't know. I'm babbling this episode. I'm lactating.
What was the sequel to Saturday Night Fever?
Staying Alive.
So my parents had that on tape or something, and I remember watching that a bunch. Now that one was a little more gay,
Gay.
wasn't it?
Very gay. I tried. Immediately, as soon as I watched Saturday Night Fever, I'm like, oh yeah. I fucking can't wait
There's
for
a
this one now.
sequel?
Directed by fucking one of the Stallones. I don't know if it was Sylvester or Frank. I don't recall. Let me look that
Probably
up.
Frank.
But yeah, I was definitely looking forward to that. And I couldn't make it through half of it, even a quarter of it.
So speaking of Stallone, when I went to the dispensary the last time, it took a while. I don't know, like they didn't have my stuff in, so they had to like type all that my information in. So I'm standing there for a while. I go over to the lady.
Sylvester wrote it and directed it.
Oh, really?
Which is why I'm sorry to
It's
interrupt
okay.
you here. Please bring me back to that story because I want to listen. But that's why I remember when I read that, that certainly made me more exciting because you're watching how gritty and there's death in that shit. You know, like crazy shit happens.
No, which one? Staying Alive? He wrote and directed?
Saturday
Or-
Night, yeah, Staying Alive. Stallone did. I don't know. Maybe he did the other one too. All I know is when I heard he did that one, I guarantee you I was very excited. But you were saying
So I went to the dispensary, and
John Badham.
after a few minutes, I'm talking to the lady, and I said, "Oh, have you seen Tulsa King?" And she's like, "No, no." So I told her just the fact that, oh, it's Sylvester Stallone, and he's a gangster. He gets out of jail. They send him to Tulsa, and the first thing he does, he goes to a dispensary and kind of says, "I'll protect you," and shit like that. So she's like,
She
"Oh my
think you
God,
were trying to
really?"
rob her?
That's and for a split second, I was like, I made sure my hands were seen, and I wasn't trying to say, yeah. I thought maybe that for a second, but no, she didn't. She laughed. She said she used to have her carrier's license, so, and she said she used to have her medical marijuana license. She let it lapse because since she works at the dispensary, she gets a good discount. So she wants to see if the lapse in her medical marijuana card means that she can renew her carrier's license, because I think there's a stigma on that. If in Massachusetts, I've heard that if you get a medical marijuana card, they pretty much put in your file that you have mental illness and now you can't get a gun.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of card-related issues that people worry about. That's why I won't get one. I don't know yet how that's gonna. I feel now it's fine. I feel there won't be any blowback. But when they first started years and years ago, I was not into it.
You get a lot of good deals. If you got a medical card.
Becky says Grease Rise of the Pink Ladies is going to be more woke than Glee. Was woke Glee? Didn't they have R-word singing and stuff? Like,
I don't know. I didn't watch it, so
I never saw it either.
I was just a little too old for that. Now, I did sing in choir in high school. It wasn't a show choir. And
Can we talk
play...
about that? You know what I
Why?
want to... No, not that. Finish your story, but I've been wanting to ask you for 2 days. You didn't answer my question in the chat the other day involving choir.
Oh. I thought you already knew that, but
No, is this something we can discuss here on the program or not?
yeah, why not?
Okay, so go ahead and tell your story, and then I'll ask that question in a moment.
Well, because
Go ahead.
I was in regular choir and select chorus as well. But not a show choir. But if I was in high school when Glee came out, I probably would have been watching it.
Well, because again, you're saying you were in high school and you were in choir.
Yes.
Right. So, yeah, I could see why you would have watched Glee. I was in the theater classes. I probably would have watched Glee in high school a bit. I don't think I could have, because like I couldn't watch Buffy. I thought the first episode was great, but I had too many drugs to do, too many ladies to say hello to. So yeah, but okay, so you were in high school, but your wife is a grown woman. You are now a grown man. Is this correct? You're not
Yeah.
married to a child, right?
No,
You're not,
no.
don't have a child bride high school.
Nah.
Okay.
Unfortunately. No,
Okay.
I mean, what? No.
So, Mr. Kumia, do you, that was in reference to your unfortunately sicko. Someone should tell your wife that you just called her old. Anyway, so she still, as a grown human, she goes to choir, you revealed the other day. And like church choir?
Yes. She's
choir
always
group?
been part of church choir, so that's,
So you're a heavily religious family or something? Or does she just like to sing? Or
just likes to sing. You don't have to be religious to be in choir. I was in church choir for a while too. They always need basses, and I'm singing some good bass harmonies. So, but I couldn't do it anymore because it's too much time, and also facilitating other people's worship was weird to me at one point. Now I don't think I would care.
I was about to say that. It is weird. That's a good way to put it, facilitating someone else's worship. It feels like sacrilege in a way, or disrespectful, or gross, or something to
Right?
just be at all involved, and you're not a part of that
That's
faith.
why I was always conflicted because, I would go to the masses, sit through the mass, and listen to the priest the entire time. And a lot of times it would cause me to write because, I'd be listening to a story or whatever he's talking about for a little while. And eventually get to a point where I'm like, oh, okay, there's my line. That's where I don't agree with what he's talking about. But it would spark some interesting thoughts that I could write down. I'd have a little notebook with me and,
And you know what? That's the other thing, though. If you don't agree with certain things, you are now a part of the indoctrination of other people into those certain things that you don't agree with. So you're literally
exactly.
a tool for something you oppose.
Yes.
That's another reason why I would just find it. So
it's
gross.
quite a conundrum. But a church choir will pretty much take anybody. If you say that you're religious and you want to sing, you could just go to any church choir and just do it,
Well, why wouldn't they take you? Like, what do you got to do? Hey, how do you prove you just got to go? Yep, love Jesus. He's my homeboy.
But also, they can't kick you out. So if you completely are terrible, they can't just tell you to leave either, because that's it's all inclusive.
So you got to deal with some real garbage people too, huh?
Sometimes, well, not garbage, just they're not, not suited for it. But
so what do? They just have the strong singers out-sing the shit ones, right?
Yeah, if you have enough people to do that, yeah, definitely.
So tell me about your wife's church choir. Is it large? Is it small?
I think the one now is small. It used to be large when we lived in another
Is she
town.
one of the background people, like the special ones? Like, you can stay, but just go back there, play the cymbal?
No, she's like, hey, what do you, the season comes up and they go like, hey, what are you doing? You want to sing? Does Lucas want to sing too?
Like that.
Yeah.
Using like hard-lined phones.
All old phones, yes. Yeah.
Would you do it like this now? If you're talking, this would be the new. I'm on the phone now.
Or like this, really. I mean, you hold it in front.
That's what I'm doing. That's literally what I'm
No,
doing.
you're holding it here, though. You're not holding.
It's in my ear.
But when you have the speaker on, you don't have to hold it like.
My hand is
you
the
don't have
phone.
to-
All right. Well, you would do it like this. You would.
Like
It would be like this. Like you're
Or
holding.
really, you'd have it over
a
here. You'd have it
awkward
in
shaped
your,
cock.
in your headphone, really, because it's got a microphone in it anyway. So I mean, whatever. But
Well, then how about this? My grandmother one time, I would say this was anywhere from, I'm going to say this was roughly 1991, 92. My grandmother, as we were she was leaving, we were playing charades. And the same night of this game of charades, I tried to say the word right, said it stupid again. There was the question of name a breakfast fruit, and she said antelope. She insisted on it. Well, that was already with that zinger of the night. as we walked her to the car, she's like, "Okay, bye bye." This is the really evil one I was talking about adorable, but so like one of the most evil creatures who ever lived on this earth. But so adorable.
Oh.
So, but then walking her out, and she's going to the car. She goes, "Okay, bye, everyone. Call me." And she does this. Call me. Literally, with a fucking. You see what I'm doing here? She's cranking.
Yes,
She's
it's the
cranking
movie.
the telephone, and she's
Or
speaking,
the
and she goes,
telephone.
"Call me."
Old telephone.
Fucking
Oh my God.
the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. One of the greatest things. Luke, are you just gonna let Jim call you a tool? I don't. Oh, I get it. I called you a tool of your own. Yeah. Okay. So your wife now. So she gets called in. They say, "Does Lucas want to sing?" And you say yes.
No, I don't anymore. I used to.
How long?
We
Like
really
last
can't
month?
now because, with the kids and all, you have to go sing like there's rehearsal once a week, and then there's choir. But then like with Easter week here, there's a couple different masses you sing in.
So is this how you guys met in some sort of musical scenario? Like you're both music people? Is that what it is?
We were both in choir in school and knew each other, and
So you were in the same choir class in the same high school?
yes, for a little bit.
Go on.
But we were just, we just kind of knew each other, and then years later, hung out with the same people, and you get to know each other, and
that's kind of interesting. Like you're
Patty.
marrying and impregnating somebody like that. Think about it. Like that's just any of the random chicks in your class, and then years later, completely detached from any high school, social situations or anything, you guys meet again and become a marital unit, whatever, family unit. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
It's kind of fun.
because you have one impression of a person, and then years later, you have a different impression, or you never thought, oh wow, I never thought that person back then, but hey,
You're like, oh, this dumb bitch in the back of the class, I bet her feet stink.
no.
She
always had a
10
good
years
voice.
later, you were like,
always
you
had
had
a
a
great voice.
foot fetish, and you were like, I need to find a stinky feet girl. And then you remembered that one, no, it didn't go that way.
What are you still talking about? What's his name there? Quentin? Does he like stinky feet or just long bony feet?
Dirty.
He
Dirty
likes
feet,
dirty feet.
I'm assuming.
Great.
I don't know, he just likes feet.
Great.
So you were saying, all right, so
You were I don't know, you always end up interviewing me, but you said you were in choir, but
okay, we're gonna interview me. That's great. No, I'm more than excited. I've been waiting for an interview, so go ahead and ask your questions. I'm not going anywhere.
This bastard. Oh, see now, my computer doesn't know what's going on now. You can't do that to me. You're flashing things all quick. It's gonna seize up on me here. My goodness. He said he did plays. What sort of plays did he do? Did he do straight plays? Did he do musicals? Maybe perhaps an opera, which some could fall under musicals like Phantom of the Opera. Is that, but not, is Les Mis an opera? Because they sing everything. I'm not really sure. I would think so, though, actually. Or was he one of the stagehands? Was he a leading man? Or the tree? Did someone write all that down? Did my joint go out? They smoke so quick, the ones you buy. I think they put fast burning papers on the pre-rolled joints. That might be it. Because sometimes they canoe like crazy too. Whatever glue they're using or the way they pack them, I don't know what's going on there. Okay, we can take that off. I'm not a Tool. Although Tool isn't a bad band. Oh, here he comes now. Oh no, of course not. So I'm wondering because what the hell? He still can't hear me yet, but that's all right. That's all right. Yes, I did sing in
No, I can hear
choirs,
you.
and oh, because you have it coming through the speakers. I see. Have you ever sang like a 4-part harmony?
I was supposed to be a member of the Lollipop Guild in The Wizard of Oz, the lead of the Lollipop Guild, Munchkin number one. But unfortunately, and this is like, I don't know, sixth grade, I don't know how young, like 10 years old. My classmate and best friend at the time, Nicholas Conti, he lied to the teachers one day as I was. Well, he told me my teacher wanted to see me back at class, so I went back to class. And then he told the theater people I quit. And literally in the time that I was gone, they gave him the part.
Oh,
And when I came back, they told me, and they're like, well, this is what happened. We didn't know. And it's like, but it was like 5 fucking minutes. And I was really little. And they're like, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do about it. So I literally pounded his fucking face right on the stage and beat the shit out of him. And he totally was bleeding. Like there was blood coming out of his face, a lot of it. And I got kicked out of that school for a while.
yeah, I would think so. Oh. Kicked out of school? When was this? You said you were little.
Yeah.
4th grade?
Yeah.
Something like
We
that.
had a teacher at the time. This was Elmwood Park, New Jersey. You can look him up. Fuck, I can't even remember his real name. It was Mr. B. Why can't I remember his last name though?
Bentley?
Fuck. But there was a running joke in our school. See, our school is right next to the middle school / high school. Remember, Elmwood Park, New Jersey. And the running joke was, why did Mr. B use AT&T? What's he doing with his mouth?
Why did Mr. B use AT&T? What?
Yes. Why did Mr. B use AT&T? What's the answer? It's not that hard, guy. The answer is
AT&T because it was the only thing that was available.
no. To reach out and touch someone.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was their motto. Now, here's the thing. Like, maybe 5 years after I was out of that school, Mr. B got busted for a major child raping fucking scandal where he was like videotaping the fucking high school boys and raping kids in the fucking principal's room and shit. And I remember one time he tried to massage my shoulders, and I gave him a real uncomfortable look, and he stopped. I remember that, and I remember seeing, like, I gave him a look, like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you touching me, motherfucker? Like, kind of like that. Not like, I didn't think he was trying to touch me sexy style. I was just like, why are you touching me at all? You fucking don't, what, like, get off me. And he very much stepped back, and so, but I found it weird. Oh, and another time he drove me home from school, and my grandmother was very like, she like looked at him like, how fucking dare you? How dare you? And she's like, don't you worry about it. How dare you give him the ride home? And like, she fucking yelled at him and like, just gave him the devil's stare. Like, now thinking back, like, she must have knew something. Like, he was like a local Freddy Krueger or something.
Oh. That's nuts.
All the kids knew, obviously. Why did Mr. B use AT&T? To reach out and touch someone.
Yeah. Yeah. He liked to touch everybody. Yeah, handsy.
Oh, that's rude, Lucas. We're talking about poor raped children, and you're making a vulgar joke like that.
Handsy guy teachers. Yeah, that's a weird thing. Depending on how handsy they actually get. There's hugs, and then there's touchings like on the back, and there's touchings on the sides and the hips, which some of or whatever. Yeah, it starts to get a little iffy after the further and further down you go, I guess.
This brings up a great question. JB Floyd said, God loves the nips for some reason. Now, I'm assuming he means nipples, because if it were anything else, it would be a very bad thing to say, and you can't say it. But speaking of nips, I did want to discuss this.
No, you turned your mic off. Hello.
Oh yeah, I did. I thought you were going to talk, but yet I kept talking because I'm used to, like, we talk over each other. That's like a thing, sort of. In case you guys don't know, we try to work in.
Did you?
Well, hold on. Don't let me leave it on nips, bro, because it still sounds racist. Let me just say, this is why we would be so much better if we could use saucy material. And I really think we should go on OnlyFans. It could be free there, can it? Can't they just go there and subscribe, and like we could just do an audio version here, and we can show all the naughty stuff there? Because I could show you a picture of what somebody, I think someone shared it in a private chat we're all in, I believe.
Yeah, I saw that.
Those big giant nipples.
Yeah,
now
areola's this big.
those titties, yeah, they're that as big as your head. Those titties were 3 times that size, though.
Yeah, the titty was like.
And you know what? If she had tiny nips on those big titties, that'd be weird looking. They kind of worked. They were symmetrical. I think I prefer those giant face-sized nips over tiny nips on tits that size.
Yeah, but how do you? You can't. Were those fake? They said that they had been installed.
I think she had dirty. Look at her shoulder in that picture. She looks like she has like makeup on her shoulder, the same color of what's on her nipples. But if it is real, that girl's kind of badass, because she's like, the world made me with these big R-worded titties, and I'm just gonna double down on the parody. She's like, fuck you, God. You think you got the last laugh? No. I'm going to make my nips the size of plates.
Okay, so from nips to, well, not lips, but tongue. Did you hear about the Dalai Lama, what he did a couple days ago at some ceremony?
With his tongue? No.
Okay, so there was a kid who came up to him. Pause for effect. A little kid was coming up to him for tribute, right?
Child rape joke. I get it.
A little kid came up to him to talk to him in tribute and pray to him or whatever. And he went to kiss the kid, and he kissed him. And then he says, "Suck on my tongue." And he sticks his tongue out, and you can hear him say it. I think it was in India. And he sticks his tongue out, and everyone starts to laugh. Everyone's like, ha 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 ha. But he like sits there and waits for the kid to wrap his lips around his mouth and suck on his tongue. And I'm just wondering if it's a thing where he's starting to get a little bit of dementia and maybe doesn't realize he has to hide those actions. Because he's getting a lot of
I think I was hearing something about that, actually.
Yeah, but it's the Dalai Lama. Are you telling me that the Dalai Lama is also part of some sort of messing around with children thing?
They all are, Luke. They all
the Dalai Lama. Oh, man.
Everything about this world is an illusion.
It's
Look.
terrible.
Look, you might say I'm crazy. But a conspiracy theorist, whatever, I think you're crazy for not considering a place like Compound Media that nobody watches, but yet manages to spend the money it spends on a literal dead operation, and then the purpose it serves for division amongst its own community, not just left and right, but the division it fucking fosters in the right wing alone, the value that it brings to the left. Compound Media is so valuable to the left, quote unquote left, to the overseer's plan. So to think it's not even possible. Oh, you're crazy, Jim Grindle, for thinking it's possible that a company that's like making nothing can fucking spend all this money and just keep on rolling and rolling and rolling. And there's no chance that they could be getting a fucking backdoor fucking payout from the government to
Well-
continue to fucking spread the descent and the disease that they spread.
How the hell did the Proud Boy
Not saying
thing-
that's what it is. Just
Proud Boy
saying.
thing started there, which was like haphazard, or was it? Is Gavin hooked up like that? Is he's
Oh, Gavin is hooked up like that. Look at every single operative's tale. Even Hunter Thompson. Gavin's got a very Hunter Thompson-like background where dude was hanging out at resorts and hotels, and that's what all these people do. The smartest people in the world, the ones who make the most effect on the world, I would say, not the smartest people, but the real players, you're finding them in resorts and shit like that, like places where people where people are transiting. I don't know what the words I'm looking for. It's too late for me, bro. It's like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Or fucking 5. They hang out at these places. They wait for fucking people to get drunk, dignitaries, businessmen. They get them drunk. They get them coke. They get them this. They get them that. They learn. They fucking move with that little bit of knowledge to the next piece. They're grifters. They're con men.
Yeah.
That's how this world was built.
Man,
and yeah,
seems
so
fun.
yeah, Gavin certainly has it like that. That's his whole entire fucking early years.
Yeah, it's not too far fetched to believe. That's what I think. Because just the way, things have gone for him, and the attitude he kind of has too. He doesn't give a shit. But I mean,
Yeah, taking his tiny pecker out on that Chrissy Mayer program and peeing on his own equipment. I mean, you got to have a pecker that's a little bigger than that before you pull it out.
he's got too much confidence.
Well, that's the
To be
thing.
real.
These
Like
Scottish guys.
Alex Stein, not real.
No,
Not
Alex
real at
Stein is
all.
definitely not real. But wait, back to Scottish guys. They're tiny, tiny penises. That's the thing with these kinds of guys. When you have a Gavin who's almost got an average size penis, since it's so much bigger than your usual Scottish penis, they will be happy to show it. Meanwhile, it's only like big when you look at it next to an Asian penis.
Oh, and I'm not actually Asian, so just saying.
Well, you're Asian and Mexican, so I don't know how you have so many babies.
The Mexican, they reproduce like rabbits.
No, those Mexicans have tiny penises, though.
Not comparatively.
No,
They're
no.
small people. They're small
Comparatively, Mexicans and Asians
They're
have very
short.
tiny penises, and you're
So-
both Mexican and Asian, so I'm sorry.
people. I got a lot of European though too.
Sergeant Greenleaf is Gavin McInnes CIA or what? Couldn't answer that. I
He's
could
one of
say
them.
he's at the very least a useful idiot.
FBI, CIA, MIA.
If he's not an official employee, his actions certainly benefit.
Sort of, yeah, transient for all of it. Like almost like a comic book character, almost like a Deadpool, but a social superhero in a way, to go around, like you said, find out secrets or even infiltrate a certain group and then shake things up with those people and keep their attention on you and on what you're doing, and drawing attention away from other things that are happening over there and over here, and and people are focusing on Gavin's drama and then bringing drama all over everywhere else in the podcast world. That's right, all you censored TV people come around and want to use these tactics. People who used to, I think that Can't Lose guy, he doesn't have a picture of
Parker
being-
Lewis?
Yeah. No, yeah, again, another stolen premise. The gnome, the one that looks like a gnome, our friend Brandon, well, old friend, never really
Oh,
a
this
friend.
guy gets it?
He
He was never a friend. He was a nobody always.
Doesn't he have like a military picture on his YouTube?
Are you suggesting that man's a CIA plant?
No. But he's, because he was in the military, he draws up these plans. He's trying to be a general. He's trying to, cause war and chaos amongst peoples. And was trained on how to do it, possibly.
That's about the gayest thing I ever heard. I know a million guys just like that, so it's not impossible.
It's not impossible.
Highly likely, in fact.
I'm just saying. And then, the mafia and like an organized crime is not far from the way an army is run. It's the same thing. Military is pretty much an organized crime. It's got a head, and all the orders have to be followed from there down.
Listen, if we want to talk silly queer conspiracies, yes, he showed up out of nowhere, that Brandon. But there's far more evidence to put him and the people he rolls with, like that Mikey Deals character and that Crumbum character and all these other characters, in the Pat Dixon camp. There's far more evidence to support a theory that this is all an elaborate plot, a brilliant and elaborate plot by Pat Dixon to get back at Gino Biscanti. That's the conspiracy theory I like. That's an interesting one.
To turn everyone against Gino, as agents in there just shaking things up.
And to break up his precious FGTZ boys too, and start this thing, because that, if we're talking about where Brandon came from, because that was his little goal, one would say. I really don't like my eye today. I've not been eating that. I've been like, I'm back. I don't want to say I'm on
Carbs.
track. I'm not on track. Yeah, carbs, right. I'm not on track, but I am fasting properly again for the most part.
For the most part. Yeah, the fasting, I can't do it. I start feeling fucked up.
I'm fucking up an hour here and there, every now and again. But otherwise, I'm sticking with the fast. It's what I'm eating.
Where do you usually go, though? What's considered a fast?
I usually, for the last almost 2 years, I've eaten 4 hours a day. Usually between 4 and 8 or 6 and 10.
Wow.
But for the last 3 months, now 4 months, and since all of 2023, I've eaten about 6 hours a day. Where I will start at like 2 and end at like what would that be, 8? That'd be 6 hours.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's still a fast, a 16-hour fast.
It is, but it's also what I'm eating. Nothing but snack food, nothing but fucking ho-hos and ding-dongs in my mouth.
Yeah, there's a whole culture behind people planning certain meals for when they're breaking their fast. They go, okay, I'm going to spend hours cooking this thing now that I'm going to allow myself to eat something. I'm going to try to eat something really good, really healthy, but also super tasty.
Well, thankfully, I've never had hemorrhoids. My father had bad hemorrhoids. I think they did double-ended dildo stuff, my stepmother and my father, because there was a time, I meant to show this one. There was a time when both my father and stepmother had major hemorrhoids at the same time, and both were sitting on asshole donuts for like a week or two. And they said they had these hemorrhoids, and we believed it, but like now I'm thinking their assholes were popped out.
They had pink sock boy faces.
They got funky with double-sided dildos. They requiemed a dream out, and it didn't work well, and they both fucking prolapsed each other.
Oh, prolapsed them. Ouch. Ow.
But so I always feared I would end up having hemorrhoids. And the way it was described is like these fucking veins, bloody veins that stick out of your asshole. Horrifying. I've lived in fear of gypsies and hemorrhoids for most of my life, but thankfully I've never had them.
Well,
So
gypsies with hemorrhoids too, they're pretty terrible.
Oh, gypsies with hemorrhoids, don't even. You gave me nightmares for a year. So unfortunately, I don't have
Very
preparation
mean.
H because thankfully I've never had a hemorrhoid. So, but now I might want to get some. But I'll be embarrassed to buy that because then it's like, hey, I got a finger sticking out of my butt.
Sticking out of your butt?
Yeah, that's what it's literally. They say a big fat fucking finger
yeah,
sticks out
a
of your
big-
butt. A bloody,
yeah.
drippy, bloody finger sticks out of your
Okay,
butthole.
Thanks. Yeah. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Well, I'm glad that I haven't had anything spicy lately because that's the only time I really feel my asshole like that. Like, well, mm. Actually, there's a certain soup that we got the other day. You know, sometimes you say spicy to an Asian place, and it's like if you say I, I couldn't understand what they were saying for a second, so I don't know if maybe they said, "Oh, extra spicy," because they must have said it. Because the last time we got this soup, you could not eat it. It seemed like they put a bunch of curry powder inside of it instead of cooking it with some jalapenos, which is what they usually did, which gives it a nice jalapenos give it something nice. But if you just take a bunch of curry powder and dump it into a soup, I mean, this stuff was it was lightning. Oh, it was terrible. You couldn't even. Oh my god. Asshole.
Oh, that's the
Bleeding.
end of the story? I
Asshole bleeding.
was waiting for some more.
Well, no, but then I didn't eat enough to really feel it, but that's what.
Oh, so then I think it broke up because it just went dead silent, and then all of a sudden you said asshole bleeding
No.
or something.
No, that was me. That was me. No. Yeah, that was the story, but just saying like I don't eat a lot of spicy food just because of the other, having to freaking shit it out. Like that's the most terrible part of it. Why would you ever want to do that to yourself? Unless people just have numb butts, like they can't feel it or something. I don't know.
Do you think Lou has hemorrhoids?
Why are we? I don't want to think about that.
Just imagine Lou's asshole
why?
and think
No,
if there's hemorrhoids
no,
sticking
why?
out of it.
I gotta look at something else now. No, I don't want to think about that.
Just let Lou's asshole
You just ask him next
take
time.
over your
He'll
mind.
probably tell you, like, yeah, I got him, or I got inner ones. I have had them stick a camera in there though. I mean, I was all knocked out and numbed out, but yeah. I don't
I
think
had a
have
tongue
any
in there and I
hemorrhoids.
thought I was gonna poop on it. I didn't like it.
Oh, did you? Hopefully not.
I hope not. I hope not. I hope not.
Oh,
I didn't like it though. I felt like it was like my butthole was gonna be the alien and it was gonna like go.
well, that is tentacle porn, right? That's really what the tentacle is.
I know Lou likes to have his butthole licked.
Oh, really?
Yes, this is a long revealed factoid. He's a big fan of getting his butthole licked.
That's wonderful. Does he have a bidet too? Sounds like he would.
Yes, he does.
That's right. He did. I do remember him saying that now. Yeah.
He's a big fan of jet streams
Really
and
likes-
tongues in his butthole.
Likes a wet butt, a lubricated butt. Okay.
I mean, he did say these things, but still, thank God he doesn't listen to this show.
Thank goodness no one does. That's what I was told, actually, in a chat one time. I think by the quad. No one watches your show. I said the finest no ones there is.
Your lag, I always think you're going to still talk more. Your Asian is showing so hard.
Hold on. Wait, if I change the settings. Buy me some motherfucking time.
I saw the Quadfather. He was standing there in the doorway. Well, not quite standing, because he cannot stand. And he said, ha 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 ha, your podcast is garbage. Is there not enough time? Come on, that was terrible.
I don't know. Is that
JB
better?
Floyd says, Chinese people never swayed asshole. I don't know what that means, JB Floyd, you son of a bitch.
Wait,
Zen's
it's like-
producer says grapes.
Is it a jumble? We have to sort it out. Chinese people never swayed asshole. Asshole Chinese never swayed people.
No, I'm not playing, Luke. I'm not playing.
Okay, fine. No, but
I don't like the game.
no, but you know, what was the one thing? I don't think have we even talked about when Gino mentioned me the other day on his show, and I don't know if we even talked about that. We haven't had a show in a while.
I don't know either. Let's do it, though.
Why?
Because you brought it up.
Oh, yeah, I did, didn't I? It's funny. I think because that Gino is barely holding on to his comedy career, and he's a podcast host. He thinks that other people have to give up everything else to become a podcast host. Because I've been listening to Kevin Brennan, and he said that I guess Gino has said, "Oh, Kevin Brennan stopped doing comedy, and now he does podcasts." But same thing with me. Stopped doing music and he's doing podcasts now because he was so mediocre. What?
We should get booked at LOL.
What? Can we?
Isn't that supposed to be like the bottom of the barrel? Like that's the most entry level of comedy?
I guess. Are you saying we're gonna go do an open mic or just get booked?
No, we'll
on,
do
like,
comedy at LOL. We'll do comedy. So here's what we got to do. I've been helping somebody out, working on a comedy routine, and also analyzing the craft myself. And one of the things I've always known is you've got to be like, I'm a big, fat, stupid imbecile, ain't I? And then everyone goes, yes, you are. Because there's something weird. Like, for instance, you get on a stage and you go, well, I'm definitely the result of fetal alcohol syndrome. And everyone goes, ha, 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 because you're addressing the elephant in the room. So, it's like, no, folks,
okay,
I'm
I
not
get it,
Sloth from the Goonies. It's just me, Lucas Hutton from The Bind.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't look like Sloth
It's a
from the
full-
Goonies.
Yeah, it's full self-deprecation, but also
So what is it for me? Tell me for me. What do I say? I look like I look like the guy on the zigzag wrapper. I look like the guy in his zigzag rolling paper package.
I gotta finish my set soon because the carnival I came in with is leaving.
I gotta finish my set soon because I still have the girl I'm raping in a van out back.
Don't worry, the gypsies outside are part of my family, and you all are safe.
Are you
will
saying
rob
I
you.
look like a gypsy, you bitch?
You've been stolen by the gypsies. They put a curse on you so you look like them. You gotta cut your hair.
Steampunk Wolfman Jack. I don't know. What am I supposed to do about that? Ow, beep, bop, boop. I don't know.
Steampunk?
What's a steampunk? I don't even know what that means.
You're like,
Fuck the government. Beep, boop, boop. Ow.
you're like a wizard from that Army of Darkness play.
Hey, everybody. Hi, thanks for letting me on the stage. It's just me. Don't worry, I'm just a stand-up comedian. I'm not a wizard from the movie Army of Darkness, here to swallow your soul.
See, you see, it's not so bad. Not so bad. We're doing it here. We're working it out here. All right.
All right. So, okay, we got gypsies, we got wizards, we got the zigzag
A
guy.
gypsy wizard. There you go. Gypsy wizard. That sounds like a '60s band.
I need more things to make fun of about me. More things that, so when I walk in a room, yes, I know another Don't worry, gentlemen, your ladies are safe from this devastatingly handsome man who walked in, and they all want to make love to now, obviously. I will not have sex with them. I will only have sex with you.
Because I'm Italian. The Romans. They liked it.
I was saying I was gay because gay comedians seem to. Speaking of gay comedians, Netflix is a joke, is a channel on Sirius, and my God, I've heard Aaron Berg on In Hot Water talk about how much he hates these Netflix comedians and how bad they were, these woke comedians. Holy fuck, it's not an exaggeration. No. It's really not. No. I was listening to these people. It was a whole group. It was called This Isn't the List. Yeah, you're fucking right. This is no these motherfuckers are on no list anywhere. They must know that. Like they must know that. I don't understand, but so
they're not even Z list.
There's not jokes. There's not okay, yeah, maybe that. But no, here's what I'm saying. Like, look, every other channel I listen to, whether I like the comic or not, I can tell it's comedy. I can hear the setup of the joke, I can see the structure, and I can say to myself, well, that's not my cup of tea, but I see where somebody else would like that. The comedians, these woke comedians on Netflix is a joke. None of that. You can't see how it's a joke. They're literally just saying things, and the audience reflects exactly what I'm saying, because you'll just hear this in the audience. Once in a blue moon, or you'll hear this.
Just coughing.
It's fucking nuts.
Well, that's why I don't even click on most comedy specials now if I don't know the people, because most of them are terrible now. Even, or is it just? Are we just curmudgeonly? Is it just something where we're like, we just hate everything?
No, because I could listen to Burns and Allen, George Burns and Gracie Allen. And while I'm like, okay, was this joke just about George Burns was just about to rape a little girl and someone walked in the room and caught them? Was that what that joke was just about? I'm not sure. But I can still tell it's a joke. You understand? Like, I can still tell they're jokes. These aren't jokes, these people are saying.
They're just talking about their life and trying to make it humorous somehow. It's a lot of storytelling now.
Watch Vecchione's new one. Really good. She also says I could use the $100 windbreaker guaranteed hit. Not true. Not true. That's the problem with this crowd. Like, self-depreciating humor and shit. You got a guy with 900 bracelets making fun of me for wearing one scarf. In character. Him in his real life, Gino Bisconte, in his real fucking life, wears 500 bracelets. I, in character, as a joke, wear a scarf and $100 windbreaker, and he wants to talk about that and make fun of that. It's like the level of stupidity I encounter from the fucking every end of the fucking spectrum. It's just insane. It's why bother? Why bother? They're too stupid. They're all too stupid.
Beta! That's what it is. You gotta make fun of the way you look, because I really can't make fun of anything else that you do, because there's nothing else. You're perfect in every other way. I'm talking about myself, actually. Oh, you're muted though. Hello? Hello?
Oh, well, you can say it, fuckface. Just let the dead air dwindle instead of just what? Why are you gonna point your dumb fingers? Jesus Christ! I bet you. I really wish your mom didn't drink all that alcohol
Me too.
when you were in her stomach.
Yeah, man. Actually, I don't think they knew that they were pregnant with me. I heard that she had just stopped taking the pill, and like, bam, I came around. So maybe it was more of an immaculate conception. Happy Easter. Oh wait, it's not Easter anymore, right? It's over. He rose,
Yeah,
and then
it's
he rose
over.
again. Is that what
It-
happened?
It's
It's
it's over.
over. It's all over, folks.
Well, we did it. 1 hour and 50 minutes.
We got to episode 32. It's all over.
Episode 32. Stay tuned for episode 33. The 33. What was it going to be? The Lamentations, and then the 34 Laminations, and then there's the 35.
Lamb turds.
No, 35.
Large intestines.
No, Lavish Vacations.
That would be nice. We could become Gavins. Go on vacations and get people drunk and find out secrets.
The things you say.
I could become a
The
bartender,
things you say.
like in cocktail, and then I'd go on people's boats and find out all sorts of international secrets.
Okay, see you next time for 33 Salutations of the Night Creeps, huh?
It'll be the last one.
What is this piece of shit video?
Guy fucking walks into the studio one day and Steve says to him, "Hey, we're going till 10 after now." And I say, "That's great."
Is that about you? Is that a clip you uploaded and we didn't play? Your mic's off, bro. See how that works? I'm not pointing my fingers around going bippity boppity. Your mic is off, Fing Fong.
That was the one where he.
Your mic is off. You fucking bumped it off with your nose.
I did. Sorry, it wasn't before. I don't. Yeah. Good night, folks. Scissor. Scissor. Stay tuned.